Alright, let's get right into it for anybody who's listening back. Hey, Smelly Fingers made it, brother! What's up, mate? Oh, shit. Good to see you, Smelly Fingers. Thanks for reaching out in the comments section and wondering when I'm going live. Good to see you, mate. Who does Tapuria versus Holloway being at elevation benefit? I would probably say Holloway, to be honest, Toad. And how are you, Toadathan? It's good to see you, mate. I hope you're doing well. I would say, straight off the bat, I would say probably Holloway. He's always been the guy with better cardio, more experience. And I think being at elevation sort of leans on that. Blueprint, what's up, mate? Is there a date? There isn't a date. We're going to bring it up now. Actually, let me do that now real quick. Let me bring it up. So we're all on the same page with what the hell Dougie's talking about in this live stream. Now, boys, before we get right into it, it's only going to be a quick live stream. I'm only going to be here for an hour. The clock starts now. Yeah, wildly busy this week at work. And I know it's Friday in Australia, but I'm busy this Friday and Saturday. I'm working tomorrow as well. So, just a lot to do. Got a ton of quotes shoved up my ass. So, yeah, got a bit to do. What's up, Anakin? How are you, man? So, unfortunately, I've got to get back to being a drywaller after this. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a drywaller, and I need to remember that. And I've got to get back and do the quotes after this. So, we're going to be live for an hour. Going to go through some of the Twitter news. Just chat to you guys and hang out. Haven't got a tier list or anything like that planned for today. But yeah, that's what's up. So, it is 1:25 a.m. where I am, mate. Well, good night to you, Smelly Fingers. Burning the midnight oil. Well done, brother. Well done. I've learnt something by being a MMA YouTuber, that MMA fans do not sleep. They do not sleep. I must not be a real MMA fan. I must be a casual, because I require sleep. I need like 6 or 7 hours to operate. If I don't get 6 or 7 hours to operate, I'm a grumpy. How long have we been live for? Not quite long enough yet for me to use my favorite word. But I'm a grumpy bastard, I'll say. Taz, what's up, brother? How you going? Anakin, how are you, bro? How are you, man? Yeah, so MMA fans just do not need the ability to sleep. It's an impressive thing. Unfortunately, I can't do it. But anyway, we're here to have fun. You're doing well? That's good to hear, Anakin. That's good to hear. What has been the news going on at the other side of MMA YouTube today, mate? I know you're a connoisseur of many MMA YouTube channels. What's been the sort of meta conversation that's been going on today, Anakin? Watching Loma versus Comney right now. Nice, man. Nice. What are we feeling about the boxing this weekend? Who have we got? Are we interested in Jake Paul versus Mike Perry? I have to say that I'm kind of into it. I'm into the build-up. I'm liking it a lot. It feels very, very WWE, this weekend's build-up for their boxing match. But just like the UFC this weekend is giving me nothing. No feelings, no buzz. Even today, I was like, do I do my fight radio show where I go through the entire card and make some picks, do some predictions for you guys? I honestly could not be fucked. Like, I'm gonna watch the entire thing. I'm gonna be live streaming it. I'm gonna watch it. But I was like, I do not give a fuck about any of these fights except for the turtle. I'm happy the turtle's back. I'm really happy the turtle's back. So that's probably one big one that I'm looking forward to. But shit, there aren't many others. Ilya is more low output, who places his shots well, and the altitude could make it difficult for Holloway to push his pace. That's originally what I thought the second you asked me that question, Toad, but then I just thought about the experience of it. And there's an experience that comes with Max Holloway of big moment fights. I don't know if he's ever had... What's up, Run Deep? How you been, brother? I don't know, like, off the top of my head, if Holloway's ever fought at elevation, but I can't imagine him being in the UFC that long and he hasn't fought at elevation. Like, I just feel like Holloway, even though he's 32 and he's a prime age for fighting now, he is the, I don't know, the old crafty vet here, if I can use a Lucas Tracy term. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Let me increase the zoom in here on my chat window, because there we go. Oh, that's too much, Dougie. That's too much. You're not that dyslexic. You're just mildly dyslexic. All right, where does Dougie's Corner come from? Apologies, I'm new here. I'll get to that, and everyone is new here as well. So, good vibrations. What's up, mate? I read everybody's comments. Just give me a second to get to you. Good vibrations. Taz, good to see you. Dougie's Corner. I needed a name for the channel, and I didn't want it to be Dougie MMA because I was like, everyone is just their name in MMA. I wanted it to be a little bit different. So it's the blue corner, the red corner, and then Dougie's Corner. That's pretty much the basic idea of it. And the whole premise of the page is like, I'm not trying to be like, say, MMA Joey, where he's trying to be like an unbiased journalist. I'm not trying to be like the MMA Guru, where the MMA Guru, before he started off as like a TMZ channel, all the way used to do like really intricate fight breakdowns. He was very, very much about like predictions, intricate fight breakdowns, that kind of stuff. I'm not some sort of like MMA expert. The whole point of this channel is just I'm a fan of MMA and I'm sharing my experience of being a fan with the internet, and let's see what happens. Cunts. Because we've been going for 7 minutes now. This weekend's card is a trap. Yes, there's a lot of weird things to bet. A lot of underdogs that are probably going to win. You should probably wait for 3 or 4 to do the picks. That's what I was thinking, Anakin. I was like, full cards on the table. I was like, I'm going to hang out with an hour with the boys this afternoon. Say g'day. Do a bit of Q&A. Tomorrow, if I have time for a live stream, I've got a great idea for tomorrow's live stream. I've got a cracker of an idea for tomorrow's live stream. So I'll probably just do that. And then it's like swing straight into 304 content. Will you do a bump? Whoa! Will you do a bump on the live stream for the Mike Perry fight? No, mate, Taz. I'll be honest with you, brother. I'm 34 and just getting on the nose beers just ain't for me anymore. You know what I mean? It just ain't for me. So I'll let you guys do the nose beers and you can just type away in chat all you want. How you been, Run Deep? I hope you're being good, brother. It's good to see you, man. What is this then? Late night live? I mean, in Australia, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. So it's a pretty relaxed time for me. Round six. Yep, seen the recent Conor interview. Well, not really. Just read the title. That's all I need to say. Yeah, I mean, it's a very clickbait sort of a title that I've given this live stream, isn't it? Blueprint. But hey. You got to do what you got to do. The game's the game. I could see Ilia Topuria either dominating Max or getting a surprising KO. I think the surprising KO one, I'm picking Max Holloway. I'm picking Max Holloway to win a hard-fought fight over 25 minutes. I'm picking Max Holloway to look like he had the shit beaten out of him on his face and it swells up. But I do acknowledge there's a real chance there for Ilia Topuria to be the one to finish Holloway. Look at this stance I got going on. I do think he has a chance to be the one to finish Holloway, so that does scare me a little bit. So I can see that happening. Let me get Conor bloody McGregor out of the way here, and then we'll go through a bit more chat. We'll go through a bit more of Twitter when the chat slows down, which is inevitable. Sweet name, to be honest, it's chill as fuck. Thanks to Smelly Fingers. Thank you. You came over from Bad Maths channel, yeah? I'm pretty sure that's where I've seen you cruising around. Nice, mate. Nice. I want to see Perry KO Jake Paul. Joke Paul. I want to see Perry KO Joke Paul. And imagine if he does, he'd be the biggest name in BKFC, but one of the biggest names in influencer boxing. Yes, Blueprint. I agree. I am 100% on board with Team Mike Perry. I'm so happy that our brother in arms went and made a career for himself outside of the UFC. Now Conor McGregor owns BKFC, and there is something that we need to talk about. There is something that we need to talk about with Conor McGregor owning BKFC as well. Whether or not Conor McGregor ever goes back to the UFC, who knows? And yeah, if Mike Perry actually sleeps Jake Paul, fucking phenomenal. And Blueprint, let's chuck this on as well, mate. Jake Paul came out and said that this whole thing going on with Mike Perry is just an appetizer for Mike Tyson. Like, we acknowledge, everyone knows, Mike Perry knows, that what is happening between Jake Paul and Mike Perry is only happening because Mike Tyson shouldn't be cleared to fight and they need him to go to the doctors and just hold up. That is the exact same scenario of what happened with Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. Tyson Fury was looking over Francis Ngannou, wasn't taking him seriously at all, and looked what happened there, right? Like Mayweather versus McGregor. Mayweather had no worries about Conor McGregor, and in those first 4 or 5 rounds, Mayweather was like, holy fuck, I'm in a fight here. I actually need to lock in. So we could see Mike Perry have one of those moments where Paul is just not taking him seriously. He's worried about Mike Tyson, knows that he's like 40 pounds heavier than Mike Perry. And Mike Perry is just like, mate, I'm the BKFC king. I'm the dog. I'm coming out to fight. So we'll see, brother. I want to finish watching Stephen King's It's Soon on Tubi. Okay, I never heard of that one from Stephen King, but that guy writes a book an hour, so who knows. Everybody knows that the Earth is flat. This is true. This is true. These are the facts. Good Vibrations is clearly a based Chad. He is not some sort of globalist that believes in globocentrism. It's clearly a flat Earth. I mean, you jump up in the air, and the Earth stays below you. You jump up in the air, you land in the same spot. Now, how is that moving 1,000 miles an hour? If you jumped up in the air, the ground would move, but it don't. You got to use discernment. You got to use discernment. I'm telling you. I think Max will have to... I love Bryce Mitchell so much, man. I think Max will have to fear Ilya's power and boxing, which will throw off Max's entire game. He didn't get scared of Gaethje, Toad. I get what you're saying, but he didn't get scared of Gaethje. And Gaethje has undeniable power, and Max took that head on. Same thing with Dustin Poirier. I don't know if Max fears power, man. I think Max is just down to bang, Toad. Do you think Cody Garbrandt will win versus Miles Johns? It was announced for October. Okay, hang on. Slow down, Anakin. Cody Garbrandt will win versus Miles Johns. It was announced that... Can I just put a face to this name of Miles Johns? Let me just get the face going. Because you know me, Anakin. I need to see the face. Let me see the face. And then that'll spike up my memory. Get my memory berries going. Miles Johns. Okay. No, Cody's fucked. Cody Garbrandt's fucked, mate. He's going to get his head kicked in. Didn't Mike Perry smoke Jake Paul in sparring? I don't know, Run Deep. Where did you hear that? Where did you hear that, man? Conor McGregor should come out with his own brand of cocaine. I mean, it would sell like fucking hotcakes. He could probably sell it legally in Brazil. I wish it was in BKFC. Jake always has to play by the safe rules. Well, Anakin, to be fair, you're right about that. It would be like, if it was in BKFC, you'd be saying Mike Perry, easy win, smashes in Jake Paul's face. But on the part of you saying that Jake Paul always has to play by his rules, he did offer Nate Diaz $10 million to do MMA, and Nate Diaz turned him down. Been Team Perry since the Mickey Gall fight? Hell yeah, brother. Let me find out if Conor actually owns BKFC. Yeah, he does. He owns a share in BKFC. Not all of it, but he's essentially become their Dana White. BKFC is legit. I'm into it, Smelly Fingers. I'm really into it. I'm going to start watching more cards. Yeah, you get it. You get it. You get it. Y'all seen a busty Earth? What's up, Cayman? It's good to see you, mate. Hey, we got a super chat. Be my friend or else. I mean, why not? Why? Who is this? What sort of channel is this? Let me go to channel. Let me have a look at your channel here, mate. Let me have a look at your channel. Brainwashed. You got a playlist and it just says brainwashed. Yeah, bro, I'll be your friend for sure. For sure. And thank you so much for the $5, brother. I appreciate it so much. Every single dollar goes into growing this channel. Better camera, better audio, better everything. So thank you so much for the $5. I really do appreciate it. Christian Gray, how are you, my friend? How are you? How are you? I'll get to everybody's chats, but thank you very much, Jesus. Where's me bloody cross, mate? There you go. I got me cross just for you, Jesus. Thank you for the $5. It's not like you to give money back, Jesus. You know, usually we're the ones putting the money in the donation tin. So, baller move from Jesus. Michael Chandler knows patience. Life lesson there. Yeah, I guess so, but there's also the sunken cost fallacy as well, Cayman. Like at some point, you do have to wonder, is it even going to be worth it? How are you, Christian Graythan III? Good to see you, my friend. Solid impression of Bryce Mitchell. You have to hold a Bible next time. Oh, mate, I'm going to have to... Don't say that after Jesus just gave me $5. I don't have a Bible in the house. What a fucking heathen I am. Christian Graythan, good to see you, mate. If Chandler was my landlord, would he still if Chandler was my landlord, he would still let me stay in the apartment without me paying rent on time. Chandler will be patient for when the rent comes. Mate, I got to move into Chandler's properties. My fucking landlord wants their rent every day. I also heard Mike Perry smoked Jake Paul in sparring. Like, where are they sparring together? Where is this news coming from? Can someone please drop a link in the Discord? Like, where is this news coming from? No way Mike Perry wins a decision. Perry needs to flatline him. Yeah, I mean, Toad, in BKFC, I could see him winning a decision because Perry might be one of those people that has sharp knuckles like Sean Strickland. But in this game, in Jake Paul's field, I can definitely see Jake Paul winning it. Jake Paul only takes safe fights. Two smelly fingers, do you think that Jake Paul fighting Nate Diaz in MMA is a safe fight? Mike Perry's wife... Oh, Doug, read this first before you read it out loud. Mike Perry's wife. Okay, this is okay. So Mike Perry's wife posted a supposed to be private sparring footage, and Jake was supposed to post the video, but since he got shit on, they decided to keep it a secret, but Perry's wife just went ahead and leaked it. Everything about Mike Perry's life is based in Chadness. Like, he's already fought Jake Paul in private, and then his wife is like, I'm not letting you get away with that shit. I'm not letting you get away with embarrassing my boy, and then just goes and posts it. What a legend of a woman. Anakin. Isn't Jake signed to the PFL, yet he still hasn't done a single MMA fight? Yeah, the PFL are the kings of just throwing money away and watching it burn, and then blaming the UFC. Can't wait for Tatsuro versus Lubin. Okay, nice blueprint. Nice. Jake Paul's what's up, Cage? How are you, sir? Only going to be doing a stream for 1 hour today. It's going to be a quick one. We're already 20 minutes in, so just letting you know while we're here. But yeah, just giving everyone the proper warning. It's not going to be a full-on let's make a tier list stream. It's more of a let's fuck around and have a good time. Jake Paul is a living legend. Cage wants to get assaulted in the streets. If anyone sees a giant fat man walking around Denmark, it's probably Cage. Okay, and he wants pain inflicted upon him. Eat a Vegemite sandwich for us, will you, Dougie? I will have a Vegemite sandwich. Do I have any Vegemite in the cupboard? I'll have a Vegemite sandwich over the weekend. I'm not going to lie. I'll have one over the weekend. I do love a good Vegemite sandwich. Chandler has Michael Myers' level of patience. It is creepy, isn't it? It is creepy and scary. It is. Jesus going to take that $5 back? I know, mate. No Bible lying around the house? What am I? Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Give unto God what is God. Wise words from Marcus Aurelius, the greatest man to have ever lived. This was years ago, Dougie. You're late. I think it was for the first Tyron Woodley fight. Oh, well, I mean, it's still based. To be fair, getting in there with Jake Paul, still fun. Oh, whoa! Two smelly fingers. Calm down, mate. Joking, I'm not a schizo prisoner down under with no good food options. Chris, listen, mate. If you think walking into your fucking backyard, grabbing a brown snake by the hands, shoving a stick up its ass, and holding it over a roast fire is prison food, then I don't know what to tell you, cunt. That's a good meal. Nothing like a fucking brown steak on a stick covered in Vegemite. I'm getting hungry now. I might have to go into the backyard and rustle me up some brown snakes. Nate Diaz has CTE. I could probably kick his ass now. He's not very good anymore, is he? Although, he did kind of do good against Masvidal. If I pick... Motherfucking... If I pick Lemos, and Lemos wins, I surpass MMA Guru's main event picks for 2024 so far. Yeah, he's having a bad year. I'm not going to lie. The Guru's had a bad year this year. Poor bastard. Making a Canadian pizza? What's a Canadian pizza? Pineapple on pizza. Thoughts? It's for serial killers. If you see any of your mates eating pineapple on a pizza, they're a serial killer. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you don't leave your kids around them. Don't invite them over to Christmas. Just delete and ghost immediately. One of your mates is ordering a pineapple pizza. Order an Uber and just leave. No explanation why. Just say I got better things to do. You have a hard time reading sometimes, Dougie? I have dyslexia, Christian Graythan III. I have dyslexia, but I push on. I think Chandler's at the point in his career where he's too old to beat young guys coming up, so he only has the McGregor fight left for his career. I don't know, Toad. I mean, if he wanted to make a real run at it, you could say that he has a damn good shot against Gamrot. I personally think he has a damn good shot against Gamrot. Plus Beneil Dariush's there. That's 2 wins that Michael Chandler could get. Because of how busy lightweight has been and whether or not certain contenders are ready, Dustin Poirier was able to get himself a title shot off 1 win. Chandler could have very believedly fought for the title at 302, but instead he's been unemployed for nearly 2 fucking years, just huck-toing all over Conor McGregor. So you're educated? You know these things. You don't eat brown steak on a stick and not be educated. Bilal Muhammad will win and become a superstar. I don't think he'll ever become a superstar, Cayman. Nor do I think he'll win. And even if he does win, Shavkat Rakhmonov or JDM. So yeah, I don't see either Bilal or Leon being a champion come July next year. I would pick Ruffy, Klein, and that caveman guy to beat up a 40-year-old Chandler. All 3 of them at once? Probably, Toad. Look, Chandler can't... No, obviously not all 3 at once. Chandler can't beat a lot of the young up-and-comers in the division, but that's sort of what makes lightweight so competitive. It's almost like there's a whole other division being fought out underneath, say, the top 7. And once you get a good few wins in the top 7, then you can fight a lightweight champ, which is one of the old guard in the top 5. And the old guard in the top 5 just keep fighting each other again and again and again. So I do think with those 2 names that I said before, Chandler could have had 2 wins and he would have been right back in title contention. I wanted that brown snake you made me hungry, like how they cooked it in Shrek with Vegemite, but the Vegemite turned me off. No, the Vegemite brings out the saltiness of the snake skin. It's actually so shit that you stream while I work. Oh, dude, casual, it's all good, man. You just chuck it on in the background, hang out. Like when I used to listen to the Guru stream quite a bit, I would just, because he streams while I'm at work, just chuck it on in the background. Fucking Bad Math MMA. Like I often will just say lurking and working. Just chuck it on and work away. So I'm happy that I can be some sort of live podcast for you to at least listen to while you're at work. So hopefully that's a quantum of solace. I'm a Ted Bundy then. Christian, where does that even come from? The last thing you said to me. Oh, yeah, that part. I get it. I'm Ted Kaczynski. Are we just doing a tier list of our favorite serial killers? What the fuck is going on? Yog, how often do you think about Alexa Grasso's feet? Now, about once a day because of you, motherfucker. Once a day, I'll be like, I wonder if I could actually do that tier list. And just have different toes on the screen and pretend that they were actually Alexa Grasso's toes. I'd be like, could I do an entire tier list? Could I really... I mean, yesterday I drew a dick on the screen and made it seem like I was drawing a legitimate chart. I was like, could I legit do like 25 minutes just rambling about toes? Yog would love that. And then I go back to thinking about Magomed Ankalaev. I'm like, would I actually have the fucking energy to look through like 5 or 6 Magomed Ankalaev interviews and try and find the like funniest parts and do a Magomed Ankalaev tier list? Sometimes. I sit in a lot of traffic, mate. And also, Yog, drywalling. Do you know what drywalling is? It's standing in front of a fucking blank wall trying to make it smooth. This is why I started making MMA YouTube videos. Because I would just think about MMA. I work by myself. I got no one to talk to. I go fucking crazy during the day. What is your address again? Oh, it's 123 go fuck yourself. You'll never find me, cunt. I'm in the Australian forest. I'm in the outback, mate. A Canadian pizza. Canadian? Canadian. A Canadian pizza is just pepperoni, mushrooms, Italian sausage, Canadian cheddar, and bacon. I put garlic-infused oil on top with hot honey and fried eggs. Smash that shit. Love the smash cone, mate. Love the smash coin emoji. That actually sounds legit good. There's no such thing as Canadian cheddar, by the way. It's just cheddar cheese. But yeah, that sounds like a damn good pizza. I might be ordering a pizza for tonight. Chandler's aggressiveness makes any fight winnable for him. That's true. That's true, casual. But I did pick out those two particular names for Chandler because those two names, Gamrot and Dariush, 2 wins, legit gets him a title shot with the state of lightweight at the moment. Yeah. Toes or souls? Honestly, 2 smelly fingers and Yog. I know you're out there listening, you sick bastard. Feet gross me out. I'm like the opposite of a foot fetish person. Feet are not for me. Excuse me, chat. No, because I like pineapple on a pizza. It's the bomb with pepperoni ham in it. No, that's disgusting. That is. Chris, you must be... I'm going to guess your age now, Chris. You're at least 65 to 70. Just hanging out in a chat room talking about MMA. You've described an old man pizzas, right? Pizza, pepperoni ham, and the anchovies as well. That's an old man pizza. For sure, mate. You are. And look, I'm going to respect my elders, so I'm not going to give you too much shit. But that's an old ass man pizza. You got your knees crack. You get up 4 times a night to piss. You hate it when I do the gambling stream because you're like, I had a mate who lost money gambling once. You're not about it. And that's fine, man. That's all right. I'm not here to I'm not here to be ageist. Cage, you're just trolling now. With what part? Which I've done a lot of trolling. Like I said, I'm just here to hang out with the boys today and have fun. Anchovies, yep, goes too far. Yep. Don't forget hot honey on top and then dip it in ranch. What are we talking about now? There's things that need hot honey and ranch sauce, but it ain't pizza. You must make good money with it for staying there. Then you must make good. Well, I have time freedom. Life by Jamie. What have you done? Where's my chat gone? What have you done, Jamie? Did she time him out? She probably did. He probably said something down here. Bro, going to hell. Oh, the one moderator in the chat flexes her arm. I stick with drywalling because it gives me time freedom. Like I run my own business, so I work my own schedule, so I can come home and do this when I need to, and then go back to quoting. Have you ever taken the Rorschach test? I can mail you one. You have a napkin to open up. I really appreciate you. I can mail you one in a napkin. You have to open it. Look, I mean, I've done a Rorschach test. Not officially, but I've done them on the internet when I've been bored. Why did Chandler completely make up that he was offered the Islam fight? I think to get Conor moving. Just to create any sort of noise. To get Conor moving. It was obvious that he wasn't offered the Islam Makhachev fight. Very similar to why I think Conor McGregor has now become the face of the BKFC. Conor's also sending a message to the UFC, like, book me or I'll fucking book myself at BKFC. I don't give a fuck. Good vibrations. Hello. Excuse me, sir, from Christian Grey. There is totally Canadian cheddar. The cheese is made in Canada, bro. So much hate. And I'm 22 years old, you dickhead. Cheddar cheese is just cheddar cheese, mate. All right. It was an accident. The phone was literally in my pocket, and I heard you say my name. Oh, no. Please don't tell me you accidentally banned Blueprint. Well, he's not in timeout, and he's not hidden from the channel, so I don't know what. Blueprint, say hi if you're there. Otherwise, I will reinstall you until after the stream. Jamie, you're the one mod I allowed to keep mod duties until after and since the purge. And now you've gone and started banning people. ITP MMA in the house. What's up, brother? What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. People shout out to ITP MMA. Sick channel. Greetings, Dougie. I'm a big fan of your work. I'm a big fan of yours, man. Thank you for popping in and saying hello, brother. Good to see you. I know that I stream at the opposite end of the day for you guys. Blueprint's back. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Thoughts on Chandler wearing mascara? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Good vibrations. No, surely not. Cage, 22 and dog years. Oh, lit him up. Yeah, God lit you up, Christian Grey. He lit you up, mate. Have you ever worked with wet walls? I get what you're saying. The sugar walls. I get what you're saying. That's a vagina joke. That one is. That was an accident. All good. All good. It's my English grammar. I thought that was a good one. That was no. Which one did you do? Two smelly fingers. Oh yeah, no, mate. No grammar in a sentence plus a live streamer that has horrible dyslexia. The jokes just aren't going to hit the same way. The one and only is in the chat. Take a hit, guys. DS420 emojis. All right. There must be some ITP emojis in the chat. Nice to see. I had to refresh the page. I didn't even know I was muted. Yeah, Jamie just went. She went rogue agent on us and just started blocking members of the chat. Can't trust her, mate. Can't trust her. Yeah, because I'm a dog. I'll take that. Thank you. Thank you, Christian Grayathan III. Thank you. All right. Nice. Now, where am I at with my bloody Twitter news? Let me hide that for a second because you cannot scroll Twitter live on the internet. You will get yourself in all sorts of shit. Oh, but it stayed there. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Transition back. There we are. Khamzat Chimaev has done an interview talking about how he sparred with Sean Strickland. He says, Strickland said he beat me in sparring. There was a lot of guys around who saw me choking him out and beating him up. Do you know, there was once a time where I would have thought there was no way Sean Strickland had any chance against Khamzat Chimaev. But I've got to say, the new era of invincibility, the aura of invincibility that Khamzat Chimaev once had, is now gone and lost on me. And I do think that Sean Strickland has enough takedown defense and enough get-ups where he could survive that Khamzat Chimaev first round. I really do think that could happen. And then Sean Strickland would just do what he does and break Khamzat apart, you know? And this was probably back in the day before Khamzat was terribly scarred in the lungs from COVID. You know, back when he had cardio and back when he had an immune system. But nowadays, this 2024 Khamzat Chimaev, no cardio Khamzat Chimaev, food poisoning Khamzat Chimaev, smash token Khamzat Chimaev, I don't think he would be able to stand up against Strickland. Beware of Izzy, Christian Grayathan III. True. Did you hear the report of Izzy bulking up to 230 pounds for the DDP fight? Dan Hooker revealed Izzy hitting it too hard. Dan Hooker revealed Izzy hitting too hard. I would say that Izzy probably just bulked up in his off-season. That's probably what Dan Hooker's talking about. And also Blueprint. We've got to take everything that Dan Hooker says with the biggest pinch of salt, mate. The biggest pinch of salt. So number one, no, I didn't hear him say that. Number two, I can imagine Izzy swelling up in his off-season. He took a year off. He hit the golf courses, walked around, drank some beer. He was drinking beers before the Sean Strickland fight. So yeah, man. I don't take it to be that big of a thing. But I'd believe it. You know, I'd believe it. Don't slander my name. Well, you know, don't block our members of the chat, my love. Don't block our members of the chat. Magomed Ankalaev. Khamzat still be champion, brother. Magomed, you know this. Khamzat Chimaev will never be a champion. Ever. He'll never be a champion. And if he does, God help us all. Then it'll be... This was what a month in being an MMA fan will look like, right? You'll have Apex card, fat heavyweight main event. Apex card, WMMA main event. Regional fight night card, WMMA main event, and then pay-per-view, Khamzat Chimaev as champion, week of the pay-per-view, Khamzat Chimaev pulls out. Is that a world that any of us want to live in? I don't. I'd rather be a fan of water polo. I saw a new picture of Izzy earlier showing 230 pounds as well. Prime Khamzat would have become a champ. Yeah, but that how many years ago are we talking? Like, are we talking fought 3 times in a month, Khamzat? Like, all the way back then? And who was the champ back then? That was Usman. I don't even think Prime Khamzat... No, you can't say that. No. No, you can't say that. Prime Hamzat was champ. Cannot say that. Because Usman was the champ back then, and Hamzat literally fought Usman, and Usman had 2 weeks' notice and definitely popped his kneecap out on the training mats with Gaethje the day before. And Usman, if that was a 5-round fight, Usman would have beaten him. So you literally cannot say Prime Hamzat would have been champ. You can't. No. Not 50-50 Blueprint. No, 100%. He fought someone who was the champ. And that champ was injured and on 2 weeks' notice. And if that had a 4th round, Hamzat would have lost. Magomed Ankalaev says, what do you think of the logistics of the UFC sphere? The way the sphere is set up is not like any sport viewing. I think the way that they did the card in Saudi Arabia is a really nice hint for how they're going to do the sphere. In Saudi Arabia, whatever that arena is called where they have the boxing events, they have these pillars, these columns of screens that go around the crowd as well. You know, like these square columns that are set up around the arena. And they were showing like fighter stats and replays and all sorts of cool graphics and shit that was happening at the event, plus like everything about the fighters. So I think it's going to be very similar to that. Like pretty much take whatever those graphics were and those replays and chuck them over at the sphere. That's what I think it's going to be. You look dehydrated? Oh mate, I've had a fucking hell of a day at work. That's why I didn't make a video this morning, because I was at work early. Let me catch up. Prime Hamzat got defeated by the common cold. Oh, pin it. Pin it. That's the comment of the stream. Pin it. Hamzat probably 2 wins away from a title shot now, unless they justify the title shot off a Cannonier win. You know, before the Nasruddin Imavov loss to Nasruddin Imavov versus Jared Cannonier, they probably could have. Now, yeah, if Hamzat gets 2 wins, they'll still try and justify a title shot. I don't see anyone at the top of the division anymore. He's literally lost all of his fear, all of his aura. Like, I don't see anyone at the top of the division anymore crumbling under 1 round of wrestling. Anyone in that top 5. Maybe JDM. And I don't think Ian's in the top 5 anymore. Oh no, now he's up a weight class. So what's he with? He's with Whitaker. Whitaker can survive the first round. DDP can survive the first round. Sean can survive the first round. No, I don't see anyone in the top 5 crumbling under that. I don't think Hamzat's got it anymore. I just do not think he's got it anymore. Dr. Stoppage. What are you snacking on? Fried platypus tail? Platypus testicles, actually. Dried platypus testicles with salt. Delicious. True. However, one thing you forget. Remember, when Usman slammed Hamzat in the first round and Hamzat landed funny, broke his hand, that's why he barely won that fight. Blueprint. I appreciate you trying to stand up for your brother, Hamzat. JDM broke his forearm against Gilbert Burns and still got back up. The broken hand thing? No. Did you guys see the post of Jan Silva's hand? He broke both of his hands fighting Drew Dober. That's why he started throwing elbows. Hamzat Chimaev hasn't got it anymore. He just hasn't got it anymore. Finna to get some cereal. Where am I at? Finning to get some cereal. Bro copied that from Colby. What are we? I'm not sure what you say. Stay later so you get a guru rate. Dude, Guru's going to be live for hours. I can't. Sorry, mate. I can't. I'd love to get a guru raid, but hey, Dougie's not going anywhere from MMA YouTube, so I'll be around for a long time. There'll be other raids, boys, I'm sure. Blueprint, let me have a moment, bro. Where are we at? Cannonier's old and so chinny, they'll probably go with that fight. I think they will go with that fight, Toad, yeah. I just think, like you said before, they'll probably need 2 wins. They'll probably need 1 more. Platypus what? Platypus testicles covered in salt. It's an Australian bush tucker, as we like to call it. They're really good. Prove you're an Aussie and eat a Tim Tam. I'm not a fat Aussie. not the AM bro. And g'day, legend. How are you, mate? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I just don't have any Tim Tams in the house, I don't think. Kale versus Jared or Hermanson? Kale versus Jared or Hermanson. Is that been made, Anakin? Is that what you're saying? Kale Barajo versus Hermanson? Ooh, I like that. I like Kale Barajo versus Jack Hermanson a lot more. I like that one. Brother, Dagestan have best platypus testicle snack. Dagestan don't have platypus, have donkey. Yum, delicious. Platypus balls is my favorite snack. Clip it. A platypus is a warm-blooded duck that lays eggs. If you say so, two smelly fingers. I didn't know that. Stop saying I like a fighter or I'm a big fan of them when I'm simply stating the facts. Why? It's more fun this way, Blueprint. It's more fun. Hamzat will fight Costa, win, and then get a title shot? Dude, probably. Evolution is a lie. You gotta use discernment, okay? I'm not taking my kids to one of them schools where they're gonna teach them that we came from monkeys. If you believe that we came from monkeys, you are an idiot. You gotta use discernment. We came from the Lord. The ballsack of the Lord. Northwest is in the house. Everyone in chat, go check out Northwest channel. He makes YouTube content and he is homeless. He is out there truly grinding away. He does MMA content and he also shares his story of what it's like living out there on the streets. So give Northwest a big old shout out. Go check out his channel. Go send him some love. So yeah, Holly, did Good Vibration send me a... Oh, I did that one. So go check out Northwest. Please. Bro said platypus testicles. I did. Yeah, good to see Northwest in the house. You're a big fan of gum, Blueprint. Yeah, that's true. We all know Blueprint is a massive fan of City or gum. Sith or Jedi? Oh, Sith, bro. There's my Bible. Sith all the way, mate. Sith all the way. Fake Aussie confirmed. Oh, come on, mate. Just because I don't have any Tim Tams, don't be like that. Do you like Vegemite? I do legitimately like Vegemite. I really do. Is it true is Australia is upside down on the flat earth? Bro, the earth is flat. We're near the ass wall. That's why it gets so cold down here. Have you seen waterfalls going upside down? Only when I had so many... You see Pereira scared to fight me? He delay our fight. Now it's Pereira being the one. Oh, Magomed. No. You got offered to fight him twice. You turned it down. Is it true that you don't have to work in Australia and they pay you $5,000 a month? Yeah, we live in a communist country. Yes, it's true. I keep telling you that, York. I mean, you're not wrong, two smelly fingers. You're not wrong. Are you digging those good vibrations down under? Absolutely, mate. Sith all day, baby. Yep, Anakin knew what side to pick. Anakin knew. You know Anakin, brother. Purple lightsaber all day. I hear if you eat platypus testicles, you get superpowers. It's true. I'm assuming Anakin is schizo. No, Anakin's based, mate. He picked the right side. Damn it, I'm moving to Australia, right? So, Pereira versus Ankalaev is like O'Malley versus Marab. You guys are picking Sean, though, and Ankalaev. I don't get it. We're picking Ankalaev because the Magomed Ankalaev is on this channel every single day, just being an absolute legend. So, Ankalaev, I feel like by now he's one of the boys. We got to ride or die with Magomed Ankalaev. And also, Northwest, no other MMA YouTuber is going to be having an Ankalaev themed channel for when Ankalaev fights for the belt. So he needs someone in his corner, and he might as well have Dougie's corner in his corner because he's been in my corner. The other one, O'Malley versus Marab. I mean, you can't be... You can't just make ridiculous calls every weekend. I can't end the year with not a single prediction right. I mean, at some point, I got to pick the right fighter. Top 5 wrestlers in the UFC right now. God damn it, Blueprint. Really? You're going to hit me with that? Okay, fair enough. Let's do it. Top 5 wrestlers in the UFC right now. It's got to be Gamrot. That fucking boring bastard at featherweight. Let me bring up some names. Let me bring up some names so I can get my brain working. I'll catch up to everybody in chat, but Blueprint asked a question. You'll see athlete rankings. No one write it in chat. You know what? I'm not even going to look at the chat. And I'll get you, mate. I'll get you, mate. I'll get you. Muhammad Makhaiv's a shit wrestler. Marav's a shit wrestler. He just spams takedowns. He can't control. He cannot control. It's got to be... Obviously, Islam Makhachev's up there. Gamrot is up there. Colby... maybe Bilal. Anthony Hernandez. I like Anthony Hernandez a lot for this one. I know people are going to say Curtis Blades, but I feel like he's stopped wrestling lately. And then to say Jailton Almeida just sort of feels like you're cheating, because Jailton Almeida is wrestling people who don't wrestle. Do you know what I mean? And Magmatic Alive doesn't wrestle anymore. I'm going to put Anthony Hernandez on there. I'm going to put Bilal on there. I'm still going to put Kamaru on there. I'm going to put Gamrot and Islam. Am I happy with that? Yeah, I think that'll do. I think that's a fair answer. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm doing. All right, moving on. Yellow lightsaber. Trevor Peak. Oh, Nate the Train. Gamrot, Renat for Korea. Yep. Lucas Tracy has got every pay-per-view main event right in 2024. That cannot be true, Toad. No one can do that. I'm picking Marab and Pereira. So you're doing the opposite? Nice, Northwest, nice. Off the top, not in order. Islam, Bo Nickel, Hamzat, Ikram. Bo Nickel hasn't been seen tested at a high level, though. Come on, man. Come on. And off the top, I think that's a solid top 5 I just listed. Top 5 wrestlers. Islam, Hamzat, Bo, Ikram, and Armin. Ikram Iliskerov, the one that just fought Robert Whittaker, is a Muay Thai striker. And Bo Nickel, we haven't really seen tested at a high level. I don't think so yet. I really think O'Malley might KO Marab, though. So do I, Northwest. So do I, man. Blades wrestling isn't that good anymore. That's what I was thinking, Anakin. I'm like looking at him, I'm like, well, his base is a wrestler, but he doesn't really wrestle anymore. He kind of gave up. Chandler's a good one, too. Again, doesn't actively wrestle to win fights. Ikram doesn't... That's what I mean, like... They don't implement their wrestling, you know? It's like, oh, Henry Cejudo has got a gold medal. Well, he didn't use it. Like... not Dominic Cruz. Daniel Cormier used his wrestling as an attack. He used his wrestling. And Colby Covington used to use his wrestling as an attack. And Anthony Hernandez uses his wrestling as an attack. So, yeah. That's why I do think, like... Yeah. That's where my list is at. Yeah. He has good anti-wrestling, though. Yeah, but what do we mean by the whole thing? It's like, striking is like defensive and offensive. Like, wrestling is counter-wrestling and actively wrestling as well. Where are we at with the stream? 10 minutes to go. Imagine Chandler showing up to the barbecue with his kids. What would be wrong with that, mate? Huh? If you don't know, Ikram is a ×4 Sambo champion, which is the equivalent of Habib's wrestling, basically. I understand that, Blueprint. You asked for my top 5 wrestlers in the UFC, and you do this, mate. I've noticed you do this. You say, who are the top 5 strikers in the UFC, or the top 5 wrestlers in the UFC? And then you go, well, they were a kickboxing champion over here, but they don't use their kickboxing in the UFC. Or you go, well, they were a Sambo champion over here, but they don't use their wrestling in the UFC. Like, just because he has his Sambo championship doesn't make him one of the top 5 wrestlers in the UFC if he doesn't use it in the UFC. Sorry, Blueprint. Didn't mean to go so in on you, mate. I swear to God, mate. I feel like we can have a good back and forth, you and me, Blueprint. We understand each other. I'm not being a dick. I'm not trying to be a dick anyway. We know that Blueprint, he doesn't use it in the... there's Anakin with it. Ikram, like, yo, brother. No use grappling. Yep. It's funny how Ikram used it on the Contender Series, but not in the UFC. I do think, like, wrestlers they fall in love with their striking so much in the UFC because when you're a wrestler that is in the UFC, other strikers will lower their hands down, and we've talked about this so much with the Islam Makhachev levels of striking. Other wrestlers, nice guy, nine sucker, what's up, mate? Other strikers will lower their hands down because they're constantly waiting for you, the wrestler, to launch an attack at them. And then as you, the wrestler, notice that your opponent's dropping their hands down, you can start to open up the striking more. So I think when we see these wrestlers come into the UFC, they notice that there's openings there for their hands. And because they never got to play with it before in their previous sports, they want to play with it here in our sport, and they have much more success. I think that's just a working theory on why we see that so much. Grappler versus striker. Well, we're in the era right now, two smelly fingers, aren't we? Let's just look at the champions, right? You got Alexandre Pantoja, who is a bit of a grappler. Yeah, fair enough. But you got Sean O'Malley, who's a striker. Ilia Topuria. Yes, he did BJJ for years, but he's won the belt and won a lot of his fights just with his striking. Islam Makhachev uses a lot of his striking, but also has a bit of wrestling. Leon Edwards is primarily a striker. Dricus du Plessis he learned MMA, so leans primarily on his striking as well. Alex Pereira, striker. John Jones, wrestler. So I would say at the moment, the meta of the game is striking with good takedown defense. So if it's striker versus grappler, 5 years ago, you would have said grappler. But these days, I think it is changing, man. I'm sad Blades has become a striker, and his wrestling has digressed. He got caught up with the fans saying that he's boring. That's the other thing, Cayman. That's true, mate, because when you wrestle too much, the fans hate you for it. They absolutely hate you for it, mate. You know, like, we all got... It's so funny. We got angry at Yuri Prohaska for walking towards Alex Pereira with his hands down, but we also got angry at Ian Gary for not wanting to stand there and strike with MVP. Like, people just hate wrestlers. They hate them. Nine Saka says, I hope Bilal becomes champ so everybody can cry. I'll be one of them, mate. I don't want Bilal to become champ. I think Leon's going to stay as champ, but I'll raise you this, mate. If Bilal does become champ, he's not defending the belt against JDM or Shavkat. He's just keeping it warm for JDM. Why are you inside a giant white wicker basket? Because the office is messy. We got a clothesline, like a clothes horse hung up behind me. It's just messy. It's neater this way. I don't mind. It's just neater this way. It's, rather than having my fucking office all opened up behind you guys. If you want to, two smelly fingers, if you want to see what the office looks like without this wicker basket that I'm sitting in, there's a video on the channel called My Subscribers Bought Me an Xbox. It shows this desk that I'm sitting at and the office that I'm in. So you can check that out if you want behind the scenes content. The goal for wrestlers should be to improve their striking, to help the takedown setup easier, to not become a striker, which a lot of these wrestlers do. I agree. Larry, what's up, man? How you going? I agree, Cameron. I completely agree. They would be far more effective if they stuck to the wrestling. Or, you know how Sean Strickland has got this problem where he always is in these close as fuck. Miguel, what's up, dude? I'm so sorry, man. You're here right at the end of the stream. I got 4 minutes left, man. But it's good to see you, Miguel. I hope you're good. Cayman, you know how Sean Strickland's always in these like 50-50 fights, and people are saying that Sean Strickland needs to up it by 10% in the last minute to put a stamp on it. At least the wrestlers should be looking at all the clocks, which are fucking everywhere around the octagon. Look at the clocks and go, right, minute 30 left on the clock. 2 minutes left on the clocks. It's time to fucking spam the takedown and get top position and land one good elbow. Spam a takedown, get top position, land one good elbow. That steals around every single time. Steals around every single time. Some off topic, but I'm hoping Tom and Curtis turns out interesting and doesn't end quickly. Curtis was landing some good hands in the 15-ish seconds we saw for the first time. Yeah, I prefer a good long scrap over a quick one, so I can get behind that. I do think Tom is going to win. But yeah, I can get behind that. I do kind of hate it when we get to a main event, co-main event, and it's over in like 30 seconds because it feels like there's been so much build up to it and then it just finishes. So yeah, I can get behind that. Nice big scrap. Connor won't fight Sean Strickland. Dougie, Sean Strickland. What do you mean by Sean Strickland? But I think Conor is going to try and fight as soon as possible, Miguel, to get out of his contract with the UFC. That's what I think is going to be happening. Bilal is a nightmare matchup for JDM. He is, but I have to go full-on delusional mode and back my boy JDM. But yes, Bilal is a nightmare for JDM. Absolutely. I agree. If we're talking the top 5 proven active wrestlers, Islam, yep. Armin, yep. Gamrot, yep. Aljo, fuck, I completely forgot about Aljo. I like your list, Blueprint, and I'm an idiot. I was even looking at, I've got the rankings right here on my second screen, and my eyes just skipped over Aljo. Yeah, for sure, dude. That's a good top 5. That's a strong top 5. You know, next time we might do I've got a really fun idea for the next live stream. But for the next tier list that I do, because I don't want to do tier lists every day because I can get a bit stale. But for the next tier list that I do, we might do a wrestlers tier list. Yeah. I would say Armin Tsarukyan stays true to his wrestling while improving his striking. Yep. But he never left his first love. Yes. Yep. He will go for any takedown given the opportunity. I agree, Cayman. I completely agree. Yeah. Yep. Top position. Huh? Yeah. Huh? Can't get 2 smelly fingers if you're in top. Well, actually, you can. Yeah, you absolutely can. Huh? Yeah, you like that. Why do you even keep track of how long you stream? Because I work with my hands all day. So I'm away from my phone. And while I'm working, I get in quotes from other clients. I get in questions from ongoing jobs. I get in, I've got an accountant report that I have to get to, and I need to organize delivery for tomorrow. So I've got fucking shit to do, unfortunately, because when you're self-employed, you've got to be the one making the burger, but also the one running the business on the back end. And it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. So I say, I get home from work and I make a coffee and I chuck on a clean t-shirt and I say, right, I'm going to stream for an hour and have a fun, productive stream and then go on and do my next. It's time management, mate. Time management, essentially. Making sure I don't do one thing for too long and I get productive. Also, Hamzat couldn't take Ikram down once, don't forget. Ooh, that was back in the day as well. That was back in the day. Secure the hips, pass the guard, end up with 2 smelly fingers. Bilal is welterweight Magomed. Bilal is definitely not on PEDs. And the earth is definitely not flat. For real, sometimes I feel like people only want to see finishes, don't really like watching. For real, sometimes I feel like people who only want to see finishes don't even really like to enjoy watching the fighting and would be better suited to power slap. I want to see things play out for a bit first. Larry, that is exactly how I felt this past weekend when there was that 18-second knockout. I was like, we've been sitting. I just want to see a fight. I want to see a good, fun scrap. Something like, that's such a dumb thing to compare it to, but, like Holloway versus Gaethje. Fun fight with an awesome knockout at the end. Obviously, that's like the perfect fight. But yeah, something like, I don't mind a knockout in the second round. I just want to see I need a bit of action first. You know what I mean? Before we get right to the climax. I need a little bit of action first. When Woodley's wrestling digressed so bad against Luque, that was so sad. Woodley looked so weak and horrible without the takedown setups. Yeah, they lose a bit of it, mate, because they're so busy. Your mind can only process so much information at once, right? Like, you can only work out so much at once. And when you're calculating all the striking, it's so hard to figure out when you're going to go for that takedown, I believe. Like, I've never been a fighter, but that's how I believe it would be. And I say that because GSP talked about they timed their opponent's reaction time versus how many fakes they were putting out there. And they noticed that cognitively, an opponent can only take in so much information before they start to just slow down on their movements. Because there is so much to go through. All right, 2 smelly fingers, that's going to be the last one that I've highlighted down here. That's going to be the last one. And I love that it's a 2 smelly fingers one. Hamzat needs to beat COVID before calling for a title shot. He needs to get himself a functioning immune system. Larry, I agree. And I put it like this, unfortunately, not everyone can be an athlete. There's a reason that we idolize athletes and put celebrity status on athletes because they do things that not everybody's body can do. Some people don't have the bodies that other people have. It is what it is. They're the facts of life. And unfortunately, I don't think Hamzat Chimaev is a professional athlete physically anymore. But it's good to see you, Larry. Pereira is the best offensive wrestler in the UFC. Knocking down your opponent is the best way to get him to the ground. Based Cage take. Everyone, Cage has stolen this take from Michael Bisping. You know, buddy, the best takedown is a left hook, buddy. Yep. Michael Bisping said that, mate. What's up, Anakin? Armin and Gamrot have better wrestling than Islam, who uses judo and BJJ to win. That's true. I don't know if it's better, but I get what you're saying, Toad. I get what you're saying. Top 5 grapplers right now is easy. Oliveira, Islam, Pantoja, Brendan Allen, and Shavkat. Yeah, because your grappling is like mixing in the judo, the wrestling, everything. Yep. Yeah, I get it. I get the differentiation that's going on here. I don't even like wrestling. I just go to BJJ practice and rub it against. Man, I passed a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym today. I wanted to shoot like a little skit for you guys. But, like, I just didn't have fucking time. But I was like, I had this whole fucking scenario play through my head where I, like, called them a bunch of pussies and then, like, had one of them chase me down the street. Yeah, maybe one day. Yeah, but I had this, like, fucking skit in my head, mate. Usman's wrestling also regressed as time went on. He was known for being a wrestler, another victim. Yeah, but Cayman, he was hurt by knees as well. But yeah, he did get addicted to, like, once you land that knockout, I'm sure you find it addicting. It's my only physical interaction. This was really funny. Yeah, it was a good stream. All right, guys, that was it. That's it. I'm out of here. There's going to be another stream tomorrow. We might be able to do a tier list tomorrow. I've got a great one. But we'll leave it. We'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. I like to vibe it out before I start the stream. But thank you so much for jumping on this stream and keeping me company. Go over to Guru, raid him, tell him it's a Dougie raid. You know, share the love. Guru needs a little bit of a bump. You know, I can't be over here stealing all of the light on MMA YouTube. You know, let's give Guru something to look forward to as well. Give him a Dougie stream. No, I'm kidding, obviously. But yeah, I'll jump back on tomorrow, do another stream. Hopefully it can go for a little bit longer than an hour. I am going to be streaming, before we go, I am going to be streaming the entire fight card this weekend, and I have MMA Joey and MMA Guru character models made up in my version of UFC 5, and we are going to fight them together for the main event instead, because the main event this weekend is so dog shit. So if you want to come and hang out and watch MMA Joey and MMA Guru battle each other, come in and say hi on Saturday night for you Americans, Sunday for us Australians, Saturday morning for you Brits. That's it. Make sure to eat your blueberries, guys. I'll see you all in the next stream. Thank you so much for joining me on this one. It was a damn fun stream. I really, really enjoyed it. I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace out. Stay safe.